There are Canadians who run the dealerships. And when you run a dealership, your business is $1 billion. In Kenya, last year, you were used last year as an example, only Safaricom made $1 billion of profit. So really in Kenya, the company we can call $1 billion business is Safaricom. So what is my story all about? I think it's the way we've been trained, the colonialism and all that. As a people, we have always seen ourselves as employees. But what Gen Z showed the other day, we really need to transition and start doing what Unity Homes is doing, what Pasurina is doing, all these people. So that, and even Pasurina and the Unity Homes don't be content with making a few millions, and that is a kind of sickness. Someone makes a little money, and they buy the big DX and they shuffle. Yet, in this Canada here, Canada has about 20 multinationals that are in the Fortune 500 companies. As in, these are companies, these are billion-dollar businesses. And these billion-dollar businesses are not owned by Americans, they are owned by Canadians, from Royal Bank of Canada to Manulife and all that. So you see, really, if Kenya imagines itself big in the African context, when you count, say, the top 500 companies in Africa, Kenya can maybe come up with 10. The rest come from South Africa. So, what we're doing here, when you hear cars will be defined, when you hear Pasurina, the idea is, how do we, because you see, Kenya needs the Pasurinas tomorrow to be a stock exchange company that has got serious money in capital to be able to do big things. When you are here, you see a lot of roads, and then that is how we can change the paradigm. So that we build things for our country. We build our country. We, as someone was saying during the riot, we, the people, we must build that country. And that is why Alex Chams comes in with Chams Media, in trying to tell this story. How do we do this? And we do this way, like having these shows, so that Kenyans can invest back home, so that you can showcase Canada, so that the Kenyans who have got money home can come and invest here. So that if a Kenyan who has got $5-10 million US invest here and has like 100 petrol stations in Canada, then that Kenyan alone can employ 2,000 Kenyans whom we can send LMIA to come from Kenya. It doesn't just happen like that. So you see, the notion that Kenyans are coming here is worked both ways. So that once the Kenyans come here, and Royal Bank knows the Kenyans own 30% of the petrol station of Shell and another 40% of the petrol station of ESO, then Royal Bank will think about going to Kenya or funding projects in Kenya. You see, that is the story you need to do. It's like that True Group can now be the big player they are by enabling, once you enable the Kenyans in Toronto say, if it is Njeri and Wamboi, you are able to start a company of yours, you say, we want to become a private equity firm. So that tomorrow, when say you want to privatize stadiums, you can be able to buy the stadium so that you don't complain it is going to non-Kenyans. We are the people who have the skin in the game. So I truly, sincerely believe you do it both ways. Once you've got a stake here, the Canadian authorities respect you as a Kenyan community here. So when they are speaking, of course, we have a good brand as a country, because even when we deal with the Canadian government, they listen to what we are telling them, because they think what we are telling them has a value. But how that value comes about is by Kenyans who are here punching high. Whichever job you're doing it well. But where the biggest stakes are for us to play the billion-dollar business, we need to go into business so that cars that define becomes a billion-dollar business. It's like that TG, True Group, Zohar, becomes a billion-dollar business. Unity Homes becomes a billion-dollar business. Are we together? Chams Media becomes a billion-dollar business.